Well, Dogman fans, we just got the Dogman movie, and it is actually a little better than I expected, so let's talk about it. Now, obviously, one of the biggest things I could say about this movie in praise is the animation. Now, obviously, this is an animation movie, and the animation in this movie is actually really, really well done, and obviously, it's kind of comic bookish due to the fact that, of course, Dogman is a book series where it's like a comic book series, so they really dive into that with some of the transitions or things that happen in this movie, and I'm really happy they decided to do that. But yeah, the animation is just so well done with the humans, and of course Dogman looks awesome on screen. The animation characters move fluently and perfectly, and honestly it's just a very great thing that they could pull this off at this level of animation and just make it one of the best things about this movie, really. So now I want to talk about the comedy. Now the comedy is golden here, man. It is a very, very funny movie. Each and every character in this movie has their times where they are very, very funny, and that is just a very, very good thing to have in like a movie like this, like a movie that is based on a comic book for kids, really. And it is just very, very enjoyable, the comedy, and you'll find yourself laughing at a lot of things, adult or not. You'll find yourself laughing at so many things in this movie because the characters are just so funny and well executed on screen. So now I want to talk about the character of Petey, the villain of this movie. Now, Petey is a really good character and all, but he feels sometimes like the main character in this movie because he's given a lot of screen time, a little bit more than Dogman, which actually surprised the hell out of me when I was watching this. I was like, let's get more Dogman and less of this guy. But for the time you do get with him, which is basically the entire movie, he's like very, very close to the main character, honestly, which is a bit of a flaw, but I don't really mind it because you could make anybody the main character as long as you really just give him a good story, and that is just how I approach things. And they did give him a good story, but not good enough to really replace the main character's story. But he was still an awesome villain, and the voice actor behind him really, really did a great job. And the writers and directors for this movie did an amazing job of making this guy threatening and a really, really good villain and powerful villain. And his character is definitely one of the positives of this movie. So now I want to talk about the character of Dogman. Now, Dogman is definitely the main character, even though like just a few minutes ago I was talking about how like he was kind of sidelined. Every scene you really get with Dogman is very heartfelt, very, very well done, and I enjoy every second we get with Dogman, and honestly he contributes to a lot of the comedy that goes down in this movie, and that is definitely the best thing I could say about his character. He is really, really funny in this movie, and he's good with everything he does. The action sequences with his character, the story sequences, like when they're just interacting with other characters, it's just all very, very well done stuff. And his character is, I think, where the writers and directors really pulled the best thing that they did with this movie, with the Dogman character. And that is very good, and I'm very happy to say that because a lot of the heartfelt things that happen in this movie actually happen with our villain, Petey, and not really with Dogman himself, which actually really surprised me as well, you know, because honestly, these past few years, all of DreamWorks projects have been really, really surprising me with the swings they take with not only their villains, but their heroes as well, because a lot of shocking things that I expected with the hero happen with the villain, and sometimes vice versa, like other way around. Things that happen with the villain, sometimes I get surprised and it happens with the hero. It is all just very, very well done stuff, and Dogman is just a beautiful, awesome character to see on screen. And I think another cool thing that actually surprised me is the fact that this movie takes place in the same universe, the same world as the Captain Underpants movie. Now, obviously, hardcore fans of DreamWorks do really definitely would have catched this, you know, like due to the animation style. It's very, very similar to the Captain Underpants movies. Like, this movie's animation is beautiful, but so was Captain Underpants movie animation. That was beautiful as well. And I feel the writers and directors and animators really did an amazing job trying to capture that same feel and same animation that they pulled with Captain Underpants due to the fact that this is supposed to be in the same universe. And I could just without a doubt say they do that perfect. So now I want to talk about story. Now the story in this movie is very heartfelt, very, very well done and well executed and well written, of course. And I really found myself being entertained throughout the entire runtime, and the movie very much went fast, you know, between the fast animation and just having a good time, time, really, because time really does fly when you're having fun, and I had a lot of fun with this movie, and the time just flew by like a blink of an eye or a snap of a finger. But yeah, the story is just so well done and well executed, and is one of the reasons I really came out of this movie enjoying it, really, and having a fantastic time with this movie. So now the last thing I want to talk about is the action sequences. Now the action sequences are very fast paced, very, very well done, and definitely feels straight out of a comic book, and that is exactly what I wanted to see walking into this movie. And walking out of this movie, I look back on it and really enjoyed how fast paced and beautiful the animation was, with the fight scenes in particular. Like, the action scenes are amazing, and definitely one of my favorite parts of this movie, because honestly, I'm an action movie going guy. I love action. Anything action really just gets me happy, and this movie delivered on the action, and I honestly did not expect it. I didn't even want to do this review initially, but then after watching the movie, because I am a movie reviewer, I was gonna watch the movie either way. It's just I don't think I was gonna do a review on it. I was like, alright, I enjoyed the hell out of it, so let's do a review. But yeah, the action is just so well done. Well, now it's time to rank these elements and see where I stand on this movie. For action, I'm gonna give 3 stars. The action in this movie, like I said earlier in the review, is golden. It is really, really well done, fast-paced, and beautiful, and it is definitely something moviegoers will enjoy. Next thing I want to talk about is the comedy. Now, the comedy gets 3 stars. The comedy in this movie is just awesome and really, really well done. Now I want to talk about the drama in this movie, which will be getting 3 stars. Now, the drama is there, definitely. It's not really fully there, but it's definitely there enough to the point where it is a important thing that is in the story, and it is very, very well done, I have to say. So for horror, this is going to be a short one. It's 0 stars. There's really nothing that will scare any moviegoers, even if, like, there's a 2-year-old. There's nothing in this movie is going to scare them. There's no jump scares, there's no scary characters, there's no blood, there's no gore, there's no nothing. This is a strictly kids movie. Now for suspense, I'm going to give 2 stars. There is very little suspense, although, like, sometimes I did find myself at the edge of my seat, but really rarely was there any suspense. There was nothing really going on that caused me to be at the edge of my seat at all. But yeah, overall, if you have kids at home and it's like a rainy day, go to the movies and definitely check this out, because I'm saying this is definitely a movie worth watching in theaters. But that is all I have to say in this video about the Dogman movie. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below what you may have thought about this movie, what you like, what you didn't like. Please like and subscribe. And this has been Mr. Movie. Take care.